final rider left on the course. It is Claire Oakley from Northern Ireland. She is the last rider that remains that hasn't been pulled out due to the 80% rule. The 21-year-old who's aiming to compete at the Rio Olympics. And this is the first of two events for her. She's also competing in the women's road race here in the Commonwealth Games. It is surprising just how many riders are competing in the cross-country mountain biking, the road race, and even the time trial. Some of them are tripling up. That is some effort to do that, especially given how tough this has been.
There's an issue with the bike here. That's unfortunate. She just checked the tyre pressure. Something obviously didn't feel right, so she just jumped off. It doesn't look like the back wheel's spinning. It must be quite buckled. It looks to me like she's got a buckle in the back wheel and it's not spinning properly. So that'll be unfortunate if she has to push to the line and she won't get a time. She'll be outside that 80% rule. It'll be devastating.
Yeah, that is frustrating for Claire Oakley. Well, she's got the dreaded number 13, and so it's proving to be the case, isn't it? And she does have a mechanical problem. Just try catch a look at that back tyre again. Yeah, it's down. She's got a flat. She's got a rear flat there, Claire Oakley. Of course, mountain bike tyres are such that you can ride on them okay without doing significant damage to the rear wheel.
That's going to be a tough ride to finish with.
It is so much harder, isn't it, with a flat?
And hats off to the last rider of the race. It's normally the hardest position to finish. She wants to finish inside that time limit so she can get a result, and it would be an honour to say that I finished the Commonwealth Games mountain bike event.
I'm guessing that is a pinch puncture because she came down off one of the rocks, didn't she? And you instantly saw her turn behind and feel it. She must have felt it go down. You can really feel that rim slam into the rock when that happens. And it is looking like a pinch rear puncture for the Northern Irish rider, Claire Oakley. Oh, you do feel for her here. The last rider on course that survived the 80% culling that happens. But this is going to be really tough for her. And she will get a ginormous cheer when she crosses the finishing line. She's on the big screen here. The spectators will be fully aware of what's happened to her. The fact that she has punctured in the rear. We haven't seen too much of that today. That's really unfortunate, isn't it, for Oakley?
Yeah, I think it's devastating. You see that she's going to struggle over every little technical section. But most of the riders in the race today have been quite fortunate. We haven't seen that many mechanical problems. Actually, we didn't see any.
No, we didn't. No, that's the first one we've seen.
A couple of crashes today, but this is the first mechanical problem that we've seen.
And you can see that rear wheel now really beginning to slide all over the place, of course. The key is that the tyre stays on the rim. Seen it certainly in downhill before where the rear tyre is punctured and the tyre has just been stripped completely off the wheel. Of course, she's not carrying enough speed for that to take place, but if that tyre does come off, then it is going to have to be a push across the finishing line.
I'll be very surprised if Oakley actually continues the full circuit to the finish, because you can see these little technical parts are very difficult to get over. She may just call it a day and take a shortcut across to the finish.
Yeah, bearing in mind that she does have the women's road race to come. She's not going to use up too much energy, does she, riding across the line with that rear flat? But just look, you can see how much more difficult that is to control, isn't it? The rear end is snaking around even on the flat straight sections. It is so much more difficult, as well as the energy level that's required. It's like cycling through porridge, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see that she's sliding all over the track there, finding it a little bit difficult to keep control of the bike. Might blame that punch on the number she was issued today.
Yeah, that's not the number you want, is it? There's many a rider we were talking about superstitions that would have handed that number back, isn't there?
I think she has got one of those numbers pinned upside down on her back. We'll get a closer look at that in a minute. Some riders turn the number 13 upside down on their back to try and nullify that superstitious bad luck.
Claire Oakley determined to finish this course. Why not? It is the Commonwealth Games. You don't want a DNF next to your name at the end of the results.
She has plenty of support here from the crowd. You can see that they've got their eyes glued to the screen, the big screen at the moment. Very satisfying for everyone here if they could see her get to the finish line.
This is really good work from Oakley. Of course, we've had the big stories in the front of the race, but Claire Oakley just finishing here after that unfortunate rear puncture with still a significant way to go on this final lap. And just listen to the roar of the rider from Northern Ireland. supporters. Just look at that rear tyre. That is not helping her out at all, but she is sticking with it. She has her head down, and she is dragging herself up this final finishing climb, and she is going to finish the race. Well done to Claire Oakley from Northern Ireland, and much appreciated by the supporters here. And it really cannot go unmentioned, Rochelle, just how much effort that has taken her to finish this course.
Oh, it was a fabulous effort. The crowd were going crazy.
Fantastic work from Claire Oakley. There's been a rueful smile from her.
Well, she's not happy with that bike. She's left it with the commissaire, who's just walking away now. Here.
Well, she can focus towards the road race that is still to come for the Northern Irish rider, but she certainly left her mark on the 2014 Commonwealth Games by crossing the line, and she just walked across in front of us, and she's having a bit of a laugh about it now. And there we are then, Catherine Pendrell with the gold medal, finishing 1 minute and 10 seconds ahead of her teammate Emily Batty of Canada, as Canada take gold and silver. Rebecca Henderson, which makes Rochelle next to me smile here, claiming the bronze medal for Australia, ahead of the two English riders, New Zealand and Lee Craigie, the Glaswegian, in 7th place for Scotland. But it was, as usual, a Canadian-dominated women's event in the cross-country mountain biking. Here's some of the other finishers, 15 finishers in all. Claire Oakley there, 18:58 across the line, but she has avoided the DNF, which we thought she was going to get at one point with that completely flat rear tyre. Bethany Crumpton of England in